So this past summer I had the privilege of working at a summer camp for the town of Whitby, and one of the opportunities I had while working with the camp was going to the Ability Center in Whitby to teach the kids about para sports being played in the Pan Am Games, which are coming this summer. The Ability Center is a community building where people of all abilities can come together and be physically active. But more than just a track where people can run or walk or even wheel themselves around, it's a place where a community can grow where there once was none. It provides a place where people can come without being judged, without having to fear that people are snickering behind their back because they're different. And most of all, it provides a place where these people can foster their abilities and realize their true potential. The Ability Center truly is an excellent example of equitable opportunities being brought to a marginalized group of people. So a couple of weekends ago, I decided to trek through the beautiful winter weather to the Ability Center. That's it. It's by the Iroquois Center. To take some pictures of the building and talk with some staff. I think the best way to start addressing the issues and solutions around people with different abilities is to discuss the language used to talk about it. So as Sarah Nichols said, one of the girls I talked to at the building, the language used to describe certain accessibility features and rules we have today are exactly that, accessible. They aren't handicapped parking spaces, they're accessible parking. It's not a handicapped bar, it's an accessible bar. It's one of those things that's so simple, but I don't think people realize the hurt they can have on people when they use these words. It's not a disability, it's a different ability. And just as Sarah explained to me, these people may have weaknesses in certain areas, but they have amazing strengths in areas that even I don't have and you don't have. And it seems that when the tables are turned like this, people get a little bit uncomfortable. Because you struggle in math, do you consider yourself disabled? Or do you simply have different abilities in other subjects you excel in? As long as we focus on what is different about people and the weaknesses they may have in certain areas of life, we will forever be ignorant of the amazing abilities they possess. Imagine if you struggled in music. You can't play an instrument well, but you can write the most beautiful poem anyone has read. If all people ever talked to you about or thought about you was your inability to play an instrument, then I imagine you'd feel pretty ripped off. And that's what this Ability Center has to offer people. A place where they can work on their strengths without having to worry about people focusing on their weaknesses. These people feel like they belong, and the stereotypes society has built for them do not come in with them through the door. This has a ripple effect that many of us can't really imagine. Where there once was shame and depression, there is now hope and pride. A building turns from bricks and glass into a home where a community that once never existed is now blossoming and growing. This, I think, is the most important thing that the Ability Center has to offer. And beyond affecting the lives of people with different abilities directly, the education of youth on the topic has a bigger, longer-lasting effect than can immediately be seen. The best thing about taking kids to the Ability Center over the summer was giving them a chance to be exposed to people of all walks of life. People in wheelchairs, walkers, people who walk with a limp, people have trouble expressing their thoughts, and people have trouble expressing themselves at all. And everything in between can be a big shock for people. But the sooner kids learn that these people exist, the more comfortable they'll be seeing them again, and the more comfortable they'll be interacting with them in the future. Especially at an age where they're questioning everything, being honest is so important. And letting them know how to react and not be taken by surprise when they encounter people with different abilities is essential. The center offers several programs that get kids playing para sports and so much different equipment. This is some of the equipment at the center. They have so much different equipment that it proves the point that no matter what someone's physical capabilities are, they're welcome and encouraged to participate with anyone and everyone else. And this truly affects both sides of the ability spectrum. People with phenomenal athletic abilities have the opportunity to learn how to include people with different abilities. And those who are less physically capable have the opportunity to participate in sports they may not have been welcomed to before. As long as there is willingness to play on both sides and play together, people can be happy. Beyond the physically active aspects of the building, there is also a huge emphasis on community and education. There are several of these little nooks, like this, that have couches and shelves with books on them. ping pong tables, pool tables, and TVs. This is a list of all the different things that they have going on in the Ability Center, and it's easy to see why anyone can find a place here where they belong. There's a library and a multi-purpose room where, they hold concerts, speeches, and even karaoke night. Halfway through my interview, we were pleasantly interrupted by a 3-year-old playing on this piano. And I thought there couldn't have been a more perfect example of the attitude of the building. I don't know if any of you have ever heard a 3-year-old playing on a piano, but it's not exactly Mozart. But I think that's the point of the community being built here. You don't need to be Beethoven to play the piano, you don't need to be Usain Bolt on the track, and you don't even need to have legs to play basketball. You just need to try and show to yourself that you can make it around the track, or pass the ball to a friend, or sing the worst rendition of Don't Stop Believing you've ever heard, and not have to worry that you weren't perfect. I'd also like to show you a couple of things that the Ability Center has architecturally to emphasize the accessibility of it, and why it's hard to exclude people in such a welcoming and easy to navigate building. The first thing I noticed was the wide doorways everywhere to allow people in wheelchairs or walkers to get through easily. There are also railings literally everywhere you go, so people can hold on as they walk for those who have trouble walking. There's ramps to get up and down levels. There's elevators all around, and there are also these huge buttons that are like from the table down, so you can press it if you're really low to the ground, that open up doors, and pretty much every door in the building is automatic. They even thought of the fountains. The fountains are probably as low as this table, if not lower, so again, people who are lower to the ground can access them easily. And even the showers have accessibility in mind, with foldable seats and a long shower head. And so even getting clean has been modified to accommodate everyone. So I hope I've taught you at least something when it comes to welcoming people of all abilities, to have open and attentive minds to those with different physical and mental abilities, to recognize the importance of certain accessibility features, including doors, railings, ramps, and most importantly, to acknowledge the profound effect community can have on people. Because after all, to feel as if you belong, to feel as if you're wanted, and to demonstrate your strength and to work on them as a human being is the most beneficial therapy someone can have.